Today was a day the market could have sold off, but didn't. Yesterday, Trump came out and said, we're not going to be getting out of quarantine April 12th. We're probably going to be getting out of quarantine April 30th. Now, that's somewhat responsible. So let's talk about the virus for a second and not the markets. So I don't like to say, moral things about the virus. This is an amoral chat. It's an amoral video focusing on the facts and analysis of the market. So we're going to analyze the virus. It's got a 2 to 14 day incubation period. So you can have it and not show symptoms of having it. Now the curve, the new case curve, which is the most important curve, that's telling us how many cases we're adding every single day, has just started to look like it's starting to flatline a little bit. Now the thing is, we need to let that play out for 2 weeks. It's got a 2 to 14 day incubation period. So even if everyone's staying inside, we need at least 2 to 14 days for people to stay inside, see if they're going to develop the virus, and then use that data to make decisions. So it looks like now people have been quarantining and the 2 to 14 day incubation period is going to begin, where we can wait for this to develop, wait for people to see if they have the virus, get them treated in a hospital or treated in their own home, of which 80% are able to do, just treat themselves in their own home. And after that 2 weeks, we can start looking at turning the economy back on, going back to our daily life, and living life again, getting back into 2020 optimism and incoming summer. So a couple good developments with the virus came out as well. One was a new test by Abbott Labs. That stock was up pretty well today. Good reason. We're happy to throw them some goodwill. Now we can test the virus in under or around 5 minutes. Before it was something like 24 to 48 hours. So that's going to have a massive impact on our ability to, find out who's got the virus and get accurate data. It's very important. It's a very important aspect of this. And testing, I've been saying this for a while, testing is the most important thing we can possibly do. Yeah, it's going to make the numbers look bad. Who cares? We got to know the numbers, right? We got to amoral chat. We got to know the numbers for what they are, rip the Band-Aid off, find out who's got it, put everyone inside, slow the spread, get back to work. That's what's got to happen right now. And it seems like that's what's happening. So we're happy about that. Johnson & Johnson, big conglomerate, owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson. They came out and said they're probably going to have a vaccine pretty soon, probably the leading vaccine in the leading time frame, early next year. They expect to get into human trials sometime around September this year. So, it's a relatively fast turnaround for these kinds of things. Can't just give people a vaccine, hey, we got a vaccine. You got to test it on a small sample size, make sure it works, obviously, make sure it doesn't have any sort of long-term negative health effects. As for the overall market, from a technical perspective, we started open slightly, went down into negative territory briefly, came back up, and had a very temperate, very calm rally on our hands today. On a day that could have been negative, on a day where we could have been reacting to Trump extending the deadline to April 30th, we could have been like, damn, we're going to be in this for a lot longer. But you know what? The market doesn't think like that. The market thinks like, what do we got to do? What are companies going to look like? Is what we need to do happening? And right now, it looks like it is. Numbers in Europe are getting a little bit better. Curve could be flattening here. Now, we need a couple more days to confirm that. But if it's the case that we have flattened and that we have tested everyone, essentially, and nobody's going out, nobody's new is getting it, then we're in rally mode right now. And this is the beginning of rally mode. This feels like a bottom. Obviously, we're not at the bottom. That was 2 days after I called the bottom. I called the bottom. We went boom, boom, 2 big negative days, and then the biggest rally since 2008 after those 2 big negative days. But we're still in the same trend. We mostly got the losses from Friday, added a little bit to that in the last hour and a half or so of trading. So it looks like we could be in a range, I'm not saying we're not going to be down tomorrow. We might be down tomorrow. Might be down sometime later this week. It's kind of the way it's going to work. You know, we need to see movement. We need to see positive information, and the market will react to that positive information. We're going to take the stairs up because we took the escalator down. Until tomorrow, peace out.